Okay, y'all, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite WMMA show. Hashtag CB99 Talks, episode 219. We moving right along, y'all. We getting up there almost at 220. Okay, so I am trying out. Hold on. I'm trying out OBS. It's been a minute. And I just got to get used to it. Hold on. Okay, so the sound does sound pretty good. It's just that delay. This is what I don't like about OBS. I don't like the delay. I don't like that delay, man, because it kind of throws me off on where I'm at. You know, like I'll go back and check like on YouTube, and I'll hear it like be like almost 30 seconds or a minute behind. But that'll keep me on topic, you know. But that's good. What's going on, y'all? Marcus Bill in the building. BJ, Two Beats. What's up, man? Yeah. So you know how it is. No links at all when I'm doing this on OBS because it's too much trouble for me. All right. Echo. Okay. Do I have an echo, y'all? Because I'm listening on my phone. I don't hear an echo. Do y'all hear an echo, Marcus? I think Marcus, he would have told me if he heard an echo. So with BJ, because you know BJ, he be waiting to get me on some audio too, audio issues, because he always be having audio issues. But echo, yeah. Let me know if you hear an echo, because I don't hear an echo on my end. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If not, I still. Yeah. If you don't hear if you hear an echo, let me know. It might just be yours. It might just be yours. But anyways, what's up, y'all? We got some fights coming up this weekend. We got another good fight weekend coming up. Well, hopefully it's going to be a good weekend. I'm gonna say that, but I do want to kind of go back and talk about last weekend's fights. I want to talk about last weekend's fights a little bit, and we had a big change this coming up weekend. And there's one fight I got to talk about, you know, just as far as the situation here. It's kind of the last chance, I'll say, for Macy Chiasson. You know, that's the question I got to ask. You know, we got to look at Carly and Juju, talk about their performance a little bit. Jocelyn Edwards still continuing her finish streak, man. She's killing it right now. But yeah, this weekend coming up, yeah, this Chiasson, you know, Chiasson Perez fight, you know, this is gonna answer that question, man. Where's Macy at right now? You know, where's she at? All right. Okay. What else? What else are we gonna talk about? Amanda Lemos, Jillian Robertson. That fight's right around the corner in a couple weeks. Not the first weekend, because that's this weekend coming up. I mean Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is March 1st, so I think it's March 14th. Yeah. So wow, man, time is just flying by, man. It's just flying by. Cause you know, there's a few more fights I want to just kind of run through too that have gone through some changes. But let's talk about this fight first. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this fight here, cause I know y'all gonna be laughing because I got a new image for the mashup screen here. Not even for the mashup screen. You know me, man. You know I always like to put these photos up, man, whenever they capture a good knuckle on face. All right. So yeah, good opener. This was a good opener. Carly defeated Juju decisively. But like I said, I predicted a finish. I would have liked to seen a finish, just to continue on Carly's side, get her 3 good finishes in a row just to continue that reputation. But I'm glad that she was tested. I'm glad that Crispy was tested against Juju, because, again, that answers questions, when people say, oh, this person's a good striker, but can they do this? Can they do that? Well, We saw her tested on the ground. We saw her tested in trouble. We saw her stuff some takedowns. And I know people are going to talk about the level of Juju and say, oh, okay, Juju's not that good, or, Juju is not that big of a test, which means that, Carly wasn't tested. But no, like, I think Juju is a pretty good grappler. I think she's just kind of sloppy. She can just be a little sloppy with it. But I think overall, like, when she gets you to the ground, she's really dangerous. And she's tough like that. So I think that there was two things going that did push Carly to the edge, and Carly was able to graduate from, because Carly in some situations, like going into that first round, not the first round, going into the third round, because that was crunch time. Going into that third round, I thought she was about to get taken out. I thought she was really going to get taken out of there, because that time, that submission was a little bit more tighter. All right. That one was a little bit more tighter than the first round, but still the first round was kind of scary for her. Juju was going after it. Juju has a killer instinct, but Crispy also has a killer instinct, and she's got an ability to adjust. And that's what it came down to, man. Her overall, like, skills of, just putting it together. And this is what I was saying in the show last Tuesday, is that Juju is tough and durable. And I couldn't pick her. I just couldn't pick her in this fight, because to me, Crispy looks like a fighter that fights on another level. Even whenever she first started, like, she was doing some things that just seemed a little different than some of the other girls. Not saying like, oh, she's top 5 ready or anything like that, but I just see her changing in every fight. And this was another fight where, Crispy kind of changed up her demeanor and her skills. She was able to adjust and, do some things that I think some other girls probably would have got choked out in. They probably would have folded in that situation, because again, I'm going to go back and look at Juju's just like BJJ resume. I'm going to kind of school y'all, because I know some of y'all might didn't know this, but her jiu-jitsu is on point. Her grappling back in Medusa. All right, look, Juju defeated Bia Mosquito. All right, she's defeated Bia Mosquito in grappling. She defeated Montserrat Rendon. I mean, that's not really like a high-level grappler, but she's defeated Fatima Klein in grappling, okay? And I've already known that. I just had to go back and pull it up and let y'all know. I don't really mention that a lot, but yeah, like, I seen her grapple with Fatima Klein and win. Bia Mosquito. Who else did she grapple with? Those were some of the high-level grapplers that she's been in there with, just in jiu-jitsu, okay? But still, that says something. That says something about her jiu-jitsu. But, going into an MMA match, things are different. But still, just to know that Crispy was prepared and, she was calm throughout the situations that she was in, just shows you that, okay, she's getting to that next level. She's getting to that next level. I think the one thing I would have liked to see from Crispy was maybe, like, kind of hide her power a little bit. Because I don't know if y'all saw it. She did rock Juju in that first round. She did rock Juju pretty good in that first round. She caught her with a good straight left hand. I thought Juju might have been out of there in a minute, because Juju was kind of buckled. But she recovered. She showed she had a good chin. She's durable, But that durability is only going to get you so far. Durability is only going to get you so far. And Juju's really got to clean it up, man. Like, Juju's got that. Juju's got that Muay Thai length, too. So I don't know why she doesn't use that more. Like, she's got that Muay Thai length where she needs to start wrapping these girls up in a Thai clinch, extending her jab, not just kind of looping, brawling type punches, but start using her form. Like, Juju needs to build that form. Like, she really needs to build that form with that length. Like, I know she likes to get down and dirty on the ground, but her problem and her issue is that she doesn't extend fully. When she extends, she could be a problem. If she learned how to extend like Carly does, or extend like Dakota, because she's got a similar build to Carly, and she has a similar build to like Dakota. This long frame. She would be more of a problem if she knew how to use that length, because these long fighters, they pack power too. People think you have to be muscular to be a power puncher. No, not at all. Like, you see some of the tallest, slim people knocking people out all day long. Power doesn't come in muscle, and she does have some heavy hands. She did crack Carly a couple times. I kind of got a little worried for Carly whenever she took a couple of shots. I thought, okay, like, she had a couple of shots here. I hope she don't get caught. But I think the thing is, with Juju's form, Juju didn't really have like full on power to get Carly's respect like that. She didn't really sit down on her punches. She really wasn't sitting down. Like, that was another thing. I was wondering why she was on the back foot so much in this fight. Like, Juju was just on the back foot too much. She was letting Carly come forward and just beat her to the punch and beat her up with these combinations, instead of like trying to stay on the inside and smother Carly's power. But again, Carly had good footwork. She had good footwork. She'd step in, step out to the side. Because I'm looking, Juju's like 5'7". That's a good height for flyweight. 5'7". Carly's what, 5? Carly like 5'7" as well. Yeah, they're both 5'7". But I'm looking at Juju's reach. It is 66. That's pretty long reach for the division. So I think her problem is just really working on her overall stand-up form. You can't just go in there, brawl, and throw these long shots, because some of these girls, they're just going to find those openings. They're going to find those openings and crack you. And she was lucky, man. This was a fight where she was able to withstand that power. But yeah, moving forward, man, I think that, Juju's just got to be, she's really got to be focused on stand-up. I think that's going to be her best entry on getting takedowns. Doesn't got to be the best stand-up, of course, but, you got to have some type of base built. She throws some big punches, but when you throw your big punches, you leave yourself wide open. Like she was in this picture here, getting hit with these big shots, BJ said, hold on, that's Axel. Axel said Juju is big for flyweight. She was bigger than Carly in the cage. I think she's a good size for flyweight. Yeah, she's a good size for flyweight. Yeah, Juju did land some good punches. She did land some good strikes in this fight. Tubi said maybe in the future we need a top 10 fighters whose jab could be the most dangerous if they used it. Crispy's submission defense is good. It was good. It was good. Because there was a couple of times I was nervous for her. I was like, oh, snap. This girl's about to get taken out. But she did good. She did really well. I think that was definitely a lot of the grappling and wrestling with Rose. I know Rose probably had her in a lot of compromising situations, But moving forward, man, really, Juju's got to stay fighting some more unranked fighters. I mean, let me see. I wouldn't cut her yet. I know she's 1-3 in her last 4 fights. Overall, she's 2-3. I would give her one more chance just because of her heart and because of her grittiness. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if the UFC did decide to cut her. If she did get cut, it wouldn't be a bad idea either. Right? If Juju did get cut, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But if they decide to keep her, like I said last Tuesday, Eunice Dubin. I think Eunice Dubin, if she was to lose this fight, Eunice Dubin's a good name. I want to see her fight another striker, see how she handles that, and kind of build from there. Just kind of build from there. But let me. Oh yeah, I never. Oh okay, yeah. I never used this before because like I said, OBS is something I haven't really been messing with in a while. Okay, let me ask y'all this: I'll ask y'all just like this. One. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that pops up. Because, like I said, OBS is acting weird. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that on y'all's end? I can't see the stream on this part. I asked a question. Can you see that question? Let me see. Let me pull up the browser here. There's the question. Let me know if you can see it. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, yeah. I see it. There it is. Okay. I asked a question. Can you see that question? Yeah, should Juju get cut? Should you cut Juju or give her one more chance? Cut Juju or give her one more chance? Okay, yeah, there we go. Cut her or give her one more chance? Cut her or give her one more chance? That's the question. In the meantime, while y'all answer that, I think Crispy needs to fight Eduardo Mora next. That'd be a good fight. I want to see her continue to get tested by some strong wrestlers and grapplers. You know, Eduardo Mora is very physical. She's very physical, so that's one that I think would really push Carly to use more of a mixture of like inside fighting and really force her to jab more and make her takedown defense better, as well as hopefully if she's not in any compromising positions, but you know, hopefully that'll push her to work on her submission defense. But definitely in training, you know, she's going to be working on submission defense even more. So knowing that she's going to be in there with a bigger wrestler or bigger grappler, somebody that's physical, is going to be just grabbing her, you know, she's going to work day and night on that submission defense. Kind of like Marina Rodriguez used to do, right? But at the same time, you want to win rounds. You know, you want to win rounds. So that's what I like about Carly. Like, Carly is busy, and when she gets taken down, she's fending you off, but then she bounces right back up and she's working. And she did kind of toss Juju off over a couple of times. You know, she kind of threw her off, which was good. When they got locked up, you know, she threw her off at least like once. And, you know, she stuffed her a bunch of times too. So, yeah, she's been working on that. And I think, yeah, fight with Eduardo Mora would push her. You know, Eduardo Mora is ranked. You know, Eduardo Mora is coming off a loss. Eduardo Mora needs to work on her striking defense as well. So, this is a meet in the middle type of fight to me. Juju, who did y'all say for Juju? Who do you think Juju should fight? Wait a minute. Oh, Cagliari. Crispy versus Veronica Hardy. Veronica Macedo. Let me think. Yeah, that's not a bad fight either. Crispy versus Veronica Hardy. Yeah, that would be a good striking matchup. But I'd like to see her in there with somebody, Eduardo Mora next. Then you know, like the technical fight between her and JJ Aldridge. But yeah, if she wants to get her like a ranked opponent that's really just kind of big and tough, Mora, that would be a good one. Then her and Wayne Kong could get like a similar opponent on their resume, right? Let me look at the rankings right now anyway. Okay, JJ Aldridge is 15. Gabby Fernandez is 14. Eduardo Mora is 13. Not Wayne Kong, but Casey O'Neill is 12. Wayne Kong is number 11. Miranda Maverick, you know, she's out on maternity leave, so I think eventually she might fall out of the top 10. Shoot, this is the highest Miranda's been in a minute, you know, and that ranking might go soon. It might get taken soon here. Juju versus Chad. Oh, yeah. I remember Chavez from the Contender Series. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she did get signed. That's right. I forgot about that. That girl put on a performance. She was the girl that fought the girl that just had to pull out of her fight this weekend. You know, Sophia, what's the name? Montenegro. Yeah. Yeah, Juju definitely needs the lowest competition available. Like, lowest, lowest right now. She needs the lowest because, yeah, in her she's 1-4. I mean, she's 1-3. She's 1-3, so she definitely needs, like, the lowest. Okay, so y'all said one more chance. Most voted one more chance, but some people said cut Juju. Okay, so I mean, yeah, it's like a situation where, you know, her getting cut wouldn't be bad, but every fight she gets, she's gonna have to make a statement to me. Every fight she gets, she's gonna have to be making a statement, right? Real quick, we got. I know y'all. Whew, oh man, I felt bad for Cornell in this fight, man. I really feel bad for Cornell, man. Ooh. But that's how it gotta be. That's how it's gotta be, man. Jocelyn Edwards is not one to mess with right now. Jocelyn Edwards is not playing. You know, Jocelyn is coming to finish these girls. And the first round was a little shaky, but Jocelyn woke up. You know, she woke up. She went in there and got it done. And that's what Jocelyn needs to continue to do. Like, I don't really think game plans are something that Jocelyn Edwards really needs to focus on. I think, you know, Jocelyn really needs to continue to just go in there, adapt, and find a way to get a girl out of there. You know, that's it, hands down, whether she's trying to counter strike or, you know, make it ugly and dirty like this fight. Because the first round was kind of set. It was kind of set in the pace where I was like, I don't know, man. Like, it looked like she's about to let Nora Cornell take over in this fight again. You know, I thought she was about to let Nora Cornell just, you know, get into a groove and outpoint her like she did the first time, or even take her down. But she kept pushing the fight, man. She wanted that inside fight. She wanted to take it to the ground. And she forced it, man. And I mean, when she picked up Nora Cornell and I heard that like slam, and you could just see that like expression on Cornell's face, I knew something was broke. I knew something tore, ripped, disconnected, dislocated, whatever. I knew something was not right, because first I thought her head connected on the mat, but when you went back and looked at it, the way she fell was on her shoulder, and it was that impact, which we saw, and I saw in the interview now. Actually sent me an interview. She said that when she fell, and I kind of suspected that same thing. It was her collarbone, broke her collarbone. And that pain, that look of pain on her face, man, it was just like, wow. She was just so groggy from it. And the referee, he could have stopped it right then. He would have done this girl a wonder if he just stopped the fight right then, man. Like, I was like, this girl's hurt. Like, when she got slammed and she tried to get up, you could see like she wasn't trying to like recover and fight. Like, she was done. And then she was eating them shots to the face. I was like, oh, man, like, she just eating these punches to the face. Stop it. You know, I'm like, what was the referee doing at this point? He wasn't happy till he saw a choke out. And even whenever she was getting choked, tap, he was taking forever, you know? So I'm like, what's he doing? But, hey, it ain't Edwards' fault. Like, this girl want to get a finish, and, you know, she's on a tear right now. But the referee, he knew better than that, man. But still. But, yeah, man, I'm hoping the best, man, for Nora Cornell. Broken collarbone, man. This thing might keep her out for like a year and a half or longer. So, yeah, I'm just, you know, wishing her the best. Whew, man. That was rough. That was a rough finish. But, hey, that's how it comes, man. Like, might be a knockout. Might be a rip. Might be a tear, you know. But if your connection is doing it, you get full victory. And Jocelyn Edwards, you know, she's been on like a she's been on a good solid convincing win streak now to tell me that she's ready for a top 10. The thing about Edwards, man, I mean, yeah, she's living up to that La Pantera name now, Panther, right? She going in there, killing her, taking out her prey. Because let me see, she stopped Tamiris Vidal. She stopped Chelsea Chandler. Priscilla Cachoeira, both of those first round finishes. Oh, wow, she was supposed to fight Mayra Bueno Silva. That probably could have been a finish, too. And she comes in and she chokes out a fighter that beat her. So looking at the rankings right now, let's look at these rankings. Pull up bantamweight here. Jocelyn Edwards, okay, she did move up 3 spots. She's now number 11 after beating, some unranked opponents here, which is, I think that's a good spot. Jocelyn Edwards at number 11, not top 10 yet because she still got some stuff to prove. But with the way Edwards started out in her career and where she's going now, she's going to run into some rematches here. Let's be real. She's going to run into some rematches, and, she's got to be prepared for that because the girls that beat her, they surpassed her. I won't say they like fully surpassed her past, but you know what I mean. They went they got a little higher. So you're gonna run into Carol Rosa again. There's Eileen Perez. There's some get back fights in there. So I would have liked to see her Miesha Tate, but Miesha Tate, she's down 14, and I don't even know if she's coming back now. So if she's at number 11. Cavalcanti is 10. I want to see Cavalcanti and Rena Aldana, so I don't want to see them two fight. That's too close in the rankings. Jocelyn Edwards could fight a get-back fight with the number 9, Carol Rosa, or she could fight the loser of Eileen Perez and Macy Chiasson. That's fair. That's what I'd rather see for her right now. I'd rather see Jocelyn Edwards fight the loser of Macy Chiasson, because if she does that fight, that's a fight, that she can get a good test against a big experienced fighter that, she hasn't really fought a level of yet. And then she could fight somebody like, or if Perez was to lose against Chiasson, she could get that back and step over her, Paul said, yeah. Oh, yeah, Blade. I think Blada might be sick or something like that. They were going to reschedule that fight, I believe, with her and Juju, but I think Blada's out. Dubin's a good name. Stoyarenko's not a bad name either. Like Dubin and Stoyarenko, but not Blada, because I think she might be out. For Crispy, I forgot about JJ. I mean, not JJ Aldridge, but I forgot about Horth. I think Aldridge is better, but Horth is on a nice little win streak too, right? I don't want to see Horth and Crispy fight yet though. Like, I wouldn't want to. She's on a 2-fight win streak right now too, so yeah, I wouldn't want to see Horth fight Crispy yet. Let them both get ranked first or something like that. But the Aldridge fight is doable, I think, just because of the number. Okay. I was about to mess with this poll thing again, but I'm not going to mess with it. Axel said, I don't know how Carano got up on her arm with 3 pieces broken. She may have 1 year without fighting. She's 36. She may retire. I hope she don't retire yet. I hope she gives it a couple more goes, though. I mean, I hated that happen, but, in that fashion. Like, I mean, it might sound dark, but you would rather her fall on her head, like, you know what I mean? Like, because she could recover from that, right? I mean, she would have been rocked and maybe been concussed, but we see fighters get knocked out when they get slammed on their head. I mean, Rose is still fighting after getting slammed by Andrade, right? So, but when you get broken in that area, that could cause like a serious change in how you fight. So I don't To said, why do you think we get so much unnecessary clinching against the cage from very capable strikers who have better striking most of the times than their opponent? Let me see. Why do you think we get so much clinching or unnecessary clinching against the cage from capable strikers who striking is better than most of their opponents? I think sometimes it could be like a worry of a takedown. I think it could be like the worry of the takedown, or I think it's either worry of getting taken down by their opponent if their opponent is not that good of a striker, but they're a better grappler. So they might be worried about getting taken down and the fight going into, a realm they're not comfortable with. So they want to slow the pace down. Or number two, maybe they got hit with something that they don't want to get hit with again. Maybe even though that their opponent is not that good of a striker, maybe their chin felt something that, in that power from their opponent that made me say, okay, time for me to clinch. Or maybe sometimes the third option is maybe that fighter wants to work on their grappling in the fight all of a sudden. Or number four, maybe they're injured. Maybe they hurt their hand and they don't want to continue, using the jab or the right hand over and over. Maybe they broke something, right? So maybe they're going to a fourth option there, or a plan B. But those are kind of like the four things I think. Like sometimes when a striker is not using their striking, even if they're better, it could be because they're worried about takedowns. They're working on their own takedown defense or grappling in the fight, or they might have got rocked and they're respecting their opponent's power, or like I said, injury. So sometimes when you see like an opponent that you say, oh man, that person, why is he not striking? Like, he is a good striker. It has to be like something. There's got to be like a reason why. And sometimes it is because of the injuries, because I think it was Grasso, when Grasso tore her ACL in that Macy Barber fight, it kind of changed her whole boxing game plan. In that, did she tear it in the second or third round? I can't remember. But it changed her whole game plan. So, I think that's why some fighters that are the better strikers, they just turn into like clinchers sometimes. Because you see Marina Rodriguez do it sometimes too. She'll slow a pace down whenever maybe she gets hit with a big shot like Lemos hit her with, or some girls are just better grapplers and they're worried about getting taken down. So I think for Nora Carano, she needs to rest up. But for Jocelyn, I think, Jocelyn Edwards versus the loser of this fight coming up this weekend, that would be a good fight. That would be a good step up for sure. All right. Let's talk about this fight here real quick. Dang, why the picture got to be all big? Hold on. I'm trying to pull this photo up here. This was a sudden change. This was a sudden change right here. I'll just move this to the side. That's the one thing I do like about OBS. That's why I wanted to use it, because you can use slideshows and you can just click and drag pictures. I don't have to keep uploading images like with StreamYard. That's the only thing that keeps me using StreamYard a little bit more, is because it's quicker. I can do a stream on my phone, in the car, anywhere. But they both have their pluses and minuses. And in this moment, I said I want to use OBS because I want to move some photos around. I don't feel like uploading as much. So here. Ernesta Kareckaite has a late step in here against Regina Tarin. Regina Tarin. Yeah. Interesting. This girl, Regina Tarin, she's been begging for the contract. And hey, she got it. I did a video not too long ago when somebody asked me, like, what do I think of Regina Tarin? And I was honest. I was like, this girl's only like 21 years old. I mean, she just got a taste of alcohol, right? She just got a taste of alcohol now. And now she want to taste of the big dogs. But I'm like, hey, ain't no shame in waiting. You only 7-0, 21 years old. Yeah, you knocked out some girls in Kareckaite. But this is the UFC. This is the UFC, so I told the truth, man. I still stand by that. I think that this is a little too soon for her, but maybe it's a Mackenzie Dern situation where she needs the competition to make her fight better. Some fighters, they fight better when they know that they're under pressure. I don't know. I'm just saying, because she's been begging for it. But we seen people beg for contracts before, and they go 0-4 and they gone, right? So it's just a situation where we'll see. I mean, they signed an 18-year-old girl, Alice Pieta, and hey, you saw her first performance. Didn't look too good, right? Not too much to go off of as far as like background. I mean, at least I got a little bit more to go off with Regina Tarin before I made my, decision on what I think, my take. I mean, I got 7 fights to look at, and I will say, hey, she did look good against a veteran in Caitlin Neal, right? She did stop Caitlin Neal, but that's Caitlin Neal. Okay, that's Caitlin Neal, so that's not really like the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, Caitlin Neal. So yeah, I think that this girl Regina Tarin's got a lot of heart, and she's got some grit behind her here, and she's gonna need every bit of that heart and grit against this big, strong Ernesta Kareckaite. Kareckaite is 6-1, so she's not too far off. She's 6-1 with 1 draw. She's got 8 fights, so she only has 1 more fight than Regina Tarin. So honestly, on paper, this is doable. I think Ernesta has a little bit more of a background. She's boxed and kickboxed a little bit before, professional boxing as well. She might be in the UFC a little bit longer, but really, she's only got 1 fight in the UFC, and it was a close win. So really, this ain't no big fight where she's getting outmatched here. Like, Tarin, Regina Tarin is no way in over her head. This ain't like she fighting Jazz Davicius as a first fight or something like that. Like when Fatima Klein did that, I was like, oh boy, like I don't think this is gonna happen, but I'm rooting for you. But this is a situation where she could be stepping in at the right time and fighting a legit opponent. Because yeah, Kareckaite, close win over Carly Judice to get into the UFC. Good back and forth action. She lost her first fight to Deani Barbosa. Really showed she was durable in that fight, but nothing that really stood out. Close win over Cagliari, who Judice knocked out. That was another fight where Ernesta should have shined to me. Ernesta should have shined in that Cagliari fight. So the more I kind of talk this fight up, the more I talk it up, I kind of look at Regina Tarin being able to do something big in this fight. Because my only takeaway from Ernesta right now, like she is working, she's strong. Like I like what she's doing, as far as her skill sets, she's mixing it up as far as training. But I don't like her lack of confidence as far as like fighting like a big girl. She's just not fighting like a big fighter in there. Like she's not fully committed to ragdolling girls. She's letting some girls push her around like Deani Barbosa. Then Cagliari's invading her space, and now you're looking at Regina Tarin, who's not the smallest girl, who has some success in the clinch against Caitlin Neal. So clinch control could be a thing from Regina Tarin in this one, So when I just kind of talk this fight up and we look at stats here, this is a legit fight for Regina Tarin to come in and look good. The experience level is not that far off. The number of fights is not that far off either. I don't know, but for the hardcore fans, let me go ahead and throw the question in there. Who do y'all got? Like, I lean towards Ernesta. If anybody gets a stoppage in this fight, I think Regina Tarin's got the power and the guts to go after it. If that makes sense. Like, she's the one that would go after it guns a-blazing. Knowing this is her first fight, knowing she fights aggressive, knowing that she stopped the last couple of opponents, and she's not really tentative, and she wants to show up and show out, she either going to get knocked out or she's coming to knock out her opponent. That's how Regina Tarin fights to me. I think Ernesta's going to be more in a fight where she's going to draw it out 2 or 3 rounds. Or, you know, if the submission comes, she'll take it. But I don't see her fighting like with the killer instinct there. More of a technical fighter. Paul said Bet Online has Ernesta as only a minus 220 favorite, plus 185 underdog for Tarin. Marcus said fighting one day. Oh, that says Ona. Fighting on a 3-day notice, Regina will need that dog. Yeah, she'll need that dog. She's going to need it. I think she'll have it too. You know, 21 years old, 21, you can sleep for like 2-3 hours and still have more energy than the 35-year-old, 45-year-old. Sometimes. Regina should have took that fight at the Contender Series first. Yeah, she should have. She should have taken that fight first. Axel said that fight's getting more hype on social media. Paul, also, eventually we're going to see a Crispy versus Ernesta too. Oh, yeah. We'll see that next. If Paul, they stay on the right course. If they both get ranked and continue on and they flourish, you're going to see Ernesta and Crispy do it again. Like if Ernesta goes in here and starches Regina Tarin and then she starches her next couple of opponents, yeah. Like, I'm hoping that Jamie Lynn Horth, Crispy, and Ernesta, they can, like, all three get polished up, because I think they're all pretty, like, solid on the feet and they're growing, and all three of them fighters are durable. So, and I'm not putting together a triple threat no time soon, but I'm just saying, like, they're 3 fighters that I'd want to see get to the top, because they kind of they bring an entertainment factor. To me, they do. I'm just saying, like, we need some new ranked fighters here soon. Oh, yeah, elevation this week, too. Yeah. Got a lot going on. Yeah, okay, let me check this poll here. Oh, 50-50. Yeah, some people got Regina Tarin with a big chance here, right? Okay. Interesting. Regina Tarin's got a chance. She's got a chance. The girl fights. I will give her that. She does fight, but I think Ernesta, she's coming. She's 27. She's 5'9". I think, hopefully she lives up to her nickname, heavy-handed. I want to see her come in there and fight, and be the big girl, be the big fighter in here. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Seems like more people are notified of the stream when I do OBS, so that's okay. I might do OBS more in. StreamYard's kind of weird with some things. And Essence, what's up? He said Regina Tarin has some flamboyant charisma and is a natural heel. I hope she can back it up. Yeah, like I'm definitely not against her being in the UFC, but I don't want to see her mess up by being in the UFC too early. Like I want to see her make it. Like, we need fighters. We need good WMMA action fighters that's going to make people watch, right? Like, she's another girl that kind of has like a factor. I see the guys already kind of eyeballing and drooling over, like she's Mackenzie Dern The next coming to Mackenzie Dern or something. But I don't care about that, man. I want some skill. I want some doggone skill, man. I don't want just a bunch of twerking and all of that junk, man. Like, as much as I knock Eileen Perez, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, like, she is developing her skill set, right? To be said, I like the attitude on this one. Kill Bill might prove interesting. Yeah, she might. She might. Like, who do y'all want to see win in this fight then? Like, if y'all like the entertainment value of Tarin, who do y'all want to win in this fight? Like, I like Ernesta. Like, I'm more of a fan of her, but I do like, because I've been watching her more, but I'm definitely not against Regina Tarin's style and her persona. I just hope that at some point her skills back it up. That's all I gotta say. I just hope I hope she backs it up. Let me see here for a second. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, just checking something again. Okay, we're still going smooth. Gotta check on OBS every now and then. And be messing around. But yeah, I think I'm gonna lean towards Ernesta, but if anybody was to get a stoppage, I think Regina would get the stoppage. Let me just put it that way. I think she would be the one that would come to fight to stop the fight. Come to fight to stop the fight. Yeah. Vanessa said it's more so that Regina Tarin has some habit to talk ish and is a good striker. If she does back that up, she could sell tickets. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that being, a thing. If she wins by big finish, she could just go off and just, be that one to start selling some Wolf tickets. But, I'm just saying, man, like, you can finish this girl, but look at what's waiting for you at flyweight. This ain't strawweight now. In no way am I, downplaying strawweight. I'm just saying, like, strawweight kind of balances out, but when you look ahead at what you got at flyweight, man, I mean, come on, like, shoot, just climbing up the rankings, like the Wayne Kongs, the Jasmines, the Rose, Barber, then you get to Natalia, then you got Manon, then you got the Bullet. It's just a very, very difficult division right now. But strawweight is too. I'm just saying, like, flyweight for a young 21-year. Oh yeah, don't let me forget Aaron. Aaron Blanchfield. So much going on, man. Every level you step, you got Aaron in your face. To some extent, you got Barber too. You got Barber, Karine Silva. Submission specialist. Then you got the better, well-rounded fighters like the Beast, Fior, then the top dogs, the Bullet. But yeah, Natalia Silva. Even though some people want to knock Natalia Silva. Yeah, flyweight's the Shark Tank. So I'm just looking out for her. I'm looking out for her best interest. I mean, she can sell Wolf tickets all day, but once you get past this opponent here, there's still some more girls you're going to have to answer to. There's still some more fighters, and you're going to have to, step up. Get. Okay, Paul, yeah. Macy Barber, too. Yeah, Macy Barber, too. Yeah. We'll say Macy, all right. Macy Barber. Because, yeah, she could be a problem for somebody like this, too, that just comes in and, wants to step in the game. Marcus said, I hope this girl didn't screw herself by taking a short notice fight. I hope not, too, man. I hope not, too. That's why I don't want to see her go in there and get destroyed. Like, if she loses, I hope she at least loses by a decision where she puts up a good fight. But, yeah, I don't want to see her go in there and get, like, demolished, man. Okay, Manassa says she's a natural bantamweight. Would she fit better at bantamweight, y'all think? Nah. I mean, as far as just like attitude and skill there too. I just need to see more from her, man. I just need to see more. I just need to see a little bit more from her. But I'm gonna go with Ernesta in this fight. I'm gonna stick it out with the Lithuanian heavy-handed Kareckaite. All right, I'm gonna stick it out with her. That's my pick for this one. But bringing up Perez here. Oh boy. Oh boy. What y'all think, man? Oh boy. I'm going to call this last. Excuse me. Hold on. In the meantime, I'll let that load up. Okay. Okay, man. I'm going to call this last chance for Chiasson. I'm going to call this last chance for Chiasson here because, you know, we seen Macy Chiasson just have those moments where she's almost there. Even in particular fights, you know, you see a fight where Macy's almost there and then it just falls out of her hands, you know, like either the climb up the fight or in the actual fight. You know, there's been times, you know, I always pick her, but it's like there's been times I have picked her and it's like, oh man, like how'd she do that? And then even the fights that she has won, it's kind of like she almost falls flat. Like, I wonder what's going on over there, man. Like sometimes, like, well, I don't blame like the team or anybody like that. Only a fighter knows themselves, right? So I just kind of wonder what's going through with Macy, you know, mentally. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it all starts, right? That's the big part of your drive to fight. It's a mental thing. Like, one boxer told me, you know, boxing is 99% mental and only 1% physical. You know, I've heard some people say 98% mental and 90 or 2% physical. So it's always in the high 90s when it comes to mental in the fight game. You know, everybody's told me that. So I just kind of wonder where her balance is. Like, is it too much 50-50? You know, is it not at least pushing somewhere 79 to 80? Because we just compare with some fighters when they really want it. Like, of course, the champions like Nunes in that division, or even Pena, man. Like, Pena may be limited, but when she gets into a fight, man, we can even say this, man. Pena's a two-time champion. You know, Pena might not defend that belt 2 times or even 1 time, but Pena can say, I held that belt 2 times. Even when people knock Carla Esparza, Carla had enough attitude and drive to win that belt 2 times. You know, I'm just saying. So somebody like Macy Chiasson, to me, like when she won the Ultimate Fighter, I did see like a thing with her. You know, I saw like, okay, this girl, she could take over. Like, especially if they had featherweight around at the time. I was like, you know, she's a good size. She still seems like a raw talent. She can hit hard. She's strong. But it seemed like there was kind of a lack of growth maybe when they made her fight it bantamweight for so long. And that's the thing. Maybe it is physical. Maybe it's the bantamweight thing, man. Maybe it is the bantamweight situation. Like, maybe it's the weight that's kind of killing her performances. And that's another thing, too. Like, this weekend, we don't know, like, is she going to make weight or not? You know, and that's why I kept saying, man, like, these girls need to stick together and say, I need to be at featherweight. Like, just be real. Like, if you can't make 135, just tell me I got to be 145. Because I think that might be one of the reasons Macy's career has not, like, taken off. Like, if she had been, like, a consistent featherweight, I think, you know, she wouldn't have been having to go through, like, all this other weight-draining stuff that takes away from time that could be spent with technique. And I mean, she said it herself. Like, being a bantamweight, you run like 30 miles a week. And that's time that cuts into sparring and grappling and rolling time, you know? So that's not me making it up or assuming. She said it. You know, she's already said it. Having to run 30 miles a week, you know, to cut down to 135. And this was like a year or so ago. I don't know if she still does that. But, yeah, just having to do that probably, you know, is draining. And it cuts into time where you could be working on skills, you know? So I just think that might be one of the issues now. I really think about it is like the weight at 135 still might not be her weight, but if you choose to do it, You got to make it happen. And that's why I say it's her last chance, because there's been a number of times where she's just been there and, she's just kind of went through the motions, and she's kind of giving herself that, too much slack in there and not going for it. Too many openings sometimes. I mean, let me look at Macy Chiasson's resume right now. Like, there's been a lot of back and forth with her, man. There's been a lot up and down. Those pattern fighters. Man. Like, those pattern fighters, man, it's just like, it's very dangerous sometimes to bet on. I don't bet or anything. Like, I'm just saying. Hold on. Macy. Oh, yeah, because Macy's on a back-to-back loser streak right now. I forgot about that. Yeah, she's on a back-to-back loser streak right now. She lost to Yana. I remember, yeah, of course. I remember the performance, but I kept forgetting they were back-to-back. Then she lost to Ketlin. Before that, she beat some fighters I expect her to beat. Pandy Kansas, second time. She beat Myra Winter Silva. Beat her kind of easy. Before that, she lost to Irene Aldana. I think that was a fight that was kind of going in her favor, but she got caught with an up kick to the liver. Close fight with Norma Dumont. I remember Norma almost kind of put her out of there. Rocky Pennington, submitted her. I remember that. So when you look at the pattern, man, like, there's a lot of fighters that, well, no, pretty much most of the experienced fighters, on the higher level fighters, she's lost to. But there's just been that lack, man. There's that lack of, like, focus in these performances lately. 2-2, 5 fights. She's 2-3. Dang. Yeah, so this is really a last chance for her. This is a must win for Macy now, because if not, Eileen Perez, man, she gonna roll over, man. Eileen's on a roll right now. Eileen, she's in a position right now to get it. She's in a position now to get this one, so she needs to go ahead and Macy needs to go ahead and do whatever she got to do in this fight to make it happen. Because I don't know, man, she could get cut off this. If the UFC sees fit to, maybe let her fall down the rankings. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just cut her. I don't know. Especially when you have new people coming in, they might be ready to cut you. Because let's see, you have Michelle Montague now, Via Mosquito. So these new fighters coming in, they might cut you, Let me see. For Eileen, yeah, because Eileen Perez right now is what, 12-2 overall, 5 wins in a row. Let me see, how many people she finished? One finished, but still, all her wins were by unanimous decision. She's won all her fights convincingly right now, too. So she's on a roll right now. 5-fight win streak against the 2-fight losing streak. Overall, 2-3. In her last 5 fights, she was 2-3, whereas Eileen Perez's 5 straight clean wins in a row. Might be lower opponents, but still, legit wins against like Edwards and Carol Rosa. Those, an experienced fighter like Pudilova, good. Those are all still legit wins for her level. But shoot, Macy's got to be careful. Macy's got to be careful in this fight, because I could see Perez switching up on her, doing a little bit of everything, and just taking her out of her realm, man. I don't know. I just don't know, man. I mean, I know who I think I lean towards, but I'm trying to think, what is Macy's game plan in this fight? Like, what does Macy do in this fight to win at this point? Like, I can't really pinpoint like 1 or 2 things, because she kind of abandons them when she's in there fighting. Even when she like fights southpaw sometimes, like, I don't think she jabs enough. I don't think she like uses her reach enough to extend her full shots. Another fighter to me kind of walks into fire, then extends her shots, Because let me see, how do they match up in height here? Eileen is 5'5". Reaches about a 66, but Macy, 5'11", 6 inches taller, 72-inch reach, like a 6-inch reach difference, 6-inch height difference. You know, like, will she be able to go in there and utilize all of that? Is she going to utilize any of that? So it's like, I see the height size difference, but when you got a fighter that doesn't mind getting physical and taking you girls to the ground like Carol Rosa, like Eileen Perez did, I could see this being Perez's type of fight, you know, inside, on top, keeping Macy on her back till she finds a submission. But it could be interesting on the feet. I think when Perez maybe takes the first couple shots and she's good with it, she might put shots together and just get this fight down and out grapple Macy. Macy's got to be using her range in this fight. She's got to be going back to old Macy with the tie clinch, man. She's got to go back to that tie clinch. She's got to be in there aggressive. She's got to be, you know, a target in the body. You using that straight left hand. And like Ernesta, fighting big. She's got to fight big in this fight, you know. That's what I'm saying she's got to do. I don't know if she will, though. I just don't know, man. So with that being said, I think Perez might take this one, man. I think overall Perez might take this fight. I think she might take this fight, man. That'll put Macy on a 3-fight losing streak. So if Macy falls down the line, you know, set her up with a fight with Jocelyn Edwards next. And if that be it, then I mean she might be gone. I don't know. Yeah, BJ, she could. She could, man. She could, BJ. She could eat her with that tie clinch, but she don't use it. She's gonna have to use it, man. Like, there's just not enough tie clinch, you know, knees in there. Like, that was like her biggest thing. Like, I wanted to see her like build off of. Like when she stopped Leah Letson back in the day, and there's a couple other fights where she used it recently. I mean, when she put those knees on Leah Letson like that, I was like, okay, them knees are hard. Those knees are killer. But somewhere, they just kind of stopped building off of her power and her elbows. Like her power, her elbows, her you know, knees, her clinch control. I was like, what happened? What happened? She used it recently. I mean, when she put those knees on, that's what I just don't get, man. There just wasn't enough like nurturing her stand-up ability. Maybe she need to train with Dakota. I don't know. Like, I think overall, like, Dakota might not be in the UFC, but Dakota's a much more committed, polished striker than Chiasson at this point, too, you know? So that's telling you something now. Like, Dakota's ready, UFC ready with all the wins she's been getting now. But when you see some strikers in the UFC like this that aren't fully committed to it, shoot, somebody like Dakota would be. Tell you, somebody like Dakota would. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with I think I'll go with Perez in this pick. I think it's a wise pick here. Well, I won't say like fully wise. I mean, like, oh, it's a done deal, like she's fighting Rocky Pennington or anything like that. But when you look at the pattern, she's lost to the seasoned fighters, right? Like, she's lost to Pennington, Aldana, Vieira, and Santos. But she's beat Myra Winter, Silva, and Pani. Close fight with Norma. So she has a chance. She's got a chance. It's all in if she uses her size, too, though, man. If she uses her size. I don't know. I really don't know on this one. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's not forget this fight coming up, right? This is a good one. I haven't heard too much about it. But we got Lemos and Robertson. You know, I don't think we've been talking about it a great deal. I believe it is a co-main, right? I think that somewhere it said a main event, but it looks like it's a co-main event. Yeah, it looks like they moved it up to a co-main event. I think this is the first co-main event for WMMA this year, right? So Lemos Robertson got some pull. Lemos Robertson got some pull here, right? Because this is the number 5 and the number 10. And, you know, Jillian does have, like I said, she definitely has some spark to her that you can't ignore. You know, Jillian Robertson's got some spark to her that you can't ignore. And I think, like, to deny her, like, a co-main at this point, or even like a fight on a main card, you know, I think you kind of kidding yourself, because between her and her streak and the opponent she's facing, who's dangerous, who she's building up a little beef with, this is a good sell. It's a good sell. Man, time moves fast, because this fight was supposed to be back in December? So now it's going to be March 14th. Yeah, so we're less than a month away. But yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. And yeah, like I said, this is the first co-main event for WMMA this year, so this should be interesting. I think, you know, G-Rob and Amanda are going to be pushed to perform at a high level here to make the women fights look good. But also, like I said, you know, this is a high-level fighter for Robertson. I think this is the highest-ranked opponent she's ever faced in her career. It is, right? Jillian's never fought a top 5 before. You know, she's always been fighting like the lower unranked fights and flyweight. But as soon as she moved to 115, she's been, you know, knocking it out of the park. So respect to G-Rob at this point. You know, yeah, this is something she's definitely earned. And, you know, it's good to see her doing it on a level like this. You know, somebody that brings some good, you know, good action, good performances, in my opinion. You know, Lemos, on the other hand, you know, she's kind of in that Macy Chiasson position too. Got something, but don't know what to do with it. You know, and I was right about that with Lemos. I did say Lemos will at some point get a title shot, and she did. She did get her title shot, but things have kind of fallen down since then. And I think, you know, where Lemos stands, this should be a good fight for G-Rob to show a different level and prove that she's ready to get in that position and be a little bit more, let's say, representative of it, a better representative of a top 5 right now, somebody that's hungry and gonna excel. I'm not going to pick yet. I'm just kind of talking about the fight a little bit because, like I said, I don't really see too many people talking about this one because it's right around the corner. But to know that it is a co-main event, that's good. Somewhere it said it was a main event, but that would have been cool too. But, you know, knowing that's a co-main and the first co-main of WMMA this year is good. So, yeah. All right. What else we got going on? There's been some other changes, too. I know I'll probably talk about later. It's getting over an hour right now. We had the change with Alexa Thainera stepping in to fight Stephanie Luciano. Oh, yeah, Regina Tarin is stepping in for Ernesta because I believe the girl, Sofia Montenegro, had like some GYN issues or something. Excessive bleeding or something like that. They put it out there, you know, so they just wanted to be on the safe side. So I understand that. At least, you know, it wasn't like she got popped like Carol Farrow did. I mean, Carol Farrow about to make her debut and she already got popped, man. What's going on? What's going on? Is the co-main 5 rounds? No, the co-main is going to be 3 rounds, unfortunately. I really think they should start doing 5-round co-main events, you know, even on UFC Fight Night, non-title fights. To me, that's still like a good introduction for, you know, before you get to a championship fight. Okay, let's see what we got here. Just checking something out. Yeah, then you got some more bantamweight fights too. You got Melissa Croden taking on Daria Zalesnikova. That should be a banger. That should be a banger though. It should be. You know, when you look at like the style matchup, I think Zalesnikova was going to force Melissa Croden to start early in that fight. So that should be a good one. Then you got Michelle Montague and who's Michelle Montague fighting? I'm just trying to Mayra Bueno Silva. Oh boy, Mayra Bueno Silva, boy. I think this might be her exit out if she loses. What do y'all think? I think Mayra Bueno Silva exits if Mayra Bueno Silva might exit on this one. If she goes in there and gets finished bad. If she goes in there and gets finished bad. Yeah, I could see if Montague puts her out, submits her or whatever. Yeah, definitely. Kind of flipping through just looking here. All right. I don't see anything else on this schedule here. In the next month we got not next month, but I think it's later. Yeah, that fight's in April. Never mind. All right, comment section. Let me check the comment section before I get ready to wrap things up. Just kind of see what y'all asking or talking about. Oh yeah, what y'all think, man? Hold on. What has been some of y'all's take on this fight? I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but has anybody's mind changed on this fight yet? Gina and Ronda. Like I said, I don't really think of this thing as like a fight to either make me mad at this point, but I also don't really think of it as a fight that that's going to have me on the edge of my seat. I'm dying to see. I know BJ said the other night I'm going to watch it. Like, I could miss it and I'll be fine. I could catch the highlights and still be fine. But part of me just wants to see on that fight night, like, the matchup, like how it looks, how it looks. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be more than a shadow of what it was or what it could have been. Because, I mean, we talking almost 2 decades since Gina has been in a fight. And then you got Ronda, who maybe, let me see, a few more months. She'll be coming up on 10 years. But still, I think she's still just not as mentally sharp as she used to be when it comes to fighting. So it's not really going to deliver in any way, I think, like some type of great fight here. Maybe it will because they think that, okay, since we earning this money, we're going to give the fans what they want. Or they could just make it a scripted type show. I don't know. But it is interesting that it's a 5-round fight. Now, this is a 5-round fight. That's crazy. This is a 5-round fight. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to make sure. I think it is a 5-round fight. Tapology. Well, who else is going to be on this card? That's the part I'm interested in now. Like, is this just going to be like a standalone type of main event? Yeah, it's a 5-round fight at 145. It's a 5-round fight at 145. Okay, so no worries about trying to squeeze down a bantamweight here. A little bit more information on it. Okay, so we know it's a featherweight fight. Our question is, can Gina make 145 at this point? I don't know, right? Because I'm, not saying like Gina was like huge or anything, but I'm just saying she has put on some weight. And then Gina's what, 43 now? Gina's up there too, when it comes to fight years. She's 43 years old and she hasn't made a fight weight in a long time. So making 145 at this age, I don't know. We'll see. But she's been steadily, keeping that up since she's found out. And by May, of course, she still got another 3 months, so she should be good. Yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, Cyborg beat Carano, and Nunes beat Ronda. So, and it sent them on their way, man, for a long time, right? Neither one of them want to step into the cage again after that. But now that they got a lot of money on the line, they ready to do it. All right. So going back here, let me see. Yeah, 2B said this is equivalent of your typical WrestleMania. Yeah. For me, for the boxing fans, it's like Mike Tyson versus Roy, or like this other exhibition coming up, Floyd versus Mike Tyson. It's just another exploit of both legends in some way. It's like if you put Sugar Ray Leonard in there with Floyd Mayweather, somebody, a fight that could have been Sugar and Floyd, that's a fight that it could have been because they're from two different eras, but it's usually like a fight if you missed it. If they, missed it in that era, like Mike and Roy, perfect example, Robot Fit, I love Ronda and Gina. This would be dope if they could showcase some new skills. Yeah, if they could could they showcase some new skills? And that's what I'm wondering, like, what style is Carano gonna bring, and what is Ronda gonna bring as far as like stand up? Like I seen some new footage of Ronda stand up. It looks better than that footage back in the day whenever, she posted that mess where she said she could beat Floyd. I was like, come on now. Come on. Don't even talk like that. Like, just stick to your realm and that be it. Runner says, so Floyd and Mike Tyson really fight. Yeah, they're supposed to be. But that's since I rewatched the Gina versus Cyborg, Carano did much better than I remember. Crazy, man. Like, neither one of them lasted a full round with Nunes or Cyborg. Right, but it's a seller. It's going to be a seller here. But what I'm interested really in right now is the rest of this card. Like, who are they bringing in? Is it just a one-off thing? Or are they going to make this like a whole full card? Are they going to put women's boxing on there? Is it going to be YouTube clown versus YouTube clown? Which I don't hope for. Yeah, please don't put no sideshow crap up there. I don't want no YouTube fighters up here. Don't downplay the mess already lower than it is, You already got two older fighters here trying to do something and try to kick up some flame of what they used to be. So don't downplay it with no YouTube fighting mess. That's two things we all like, right? We all like YouTube. We all like the fight game, but those are two things that just don't mix when it comes to getting in the cage. All right. So yeah, what else? Anything else y'all need to talk about? Any other questions that we got here about this? Not this fight, but whatever else is going on. Hopefully this fight gets announced soon. I'm wondering, man. Okay, Manessa said who could be Yasmin Jauregui's returning opponent. Oh, man. Yeah, like, where's Jauregui been, man? Like, shoot. Let's look at the strawweights real quick. Strawweight ranking. Who could be her opponent right now? They've been putting her in there with some hard hitters, so I really wouldn't give her like a hard puncher right now. Not Pelostri. Definitely not Pelostri. Uh, is Carnelossi still in the UFC? Maybe Carnelossi. I would say either Ariane Carnelossi or Alencar, Talita Alencar. Yeah, that's who I would say. But I think she has been cleared and it looks like she's hinting that she got to fight. Yeah, I think Talita Alencar might be a good fight for her. Yeah, Talita Alencar or who did I say? Yeah, Ariane Carnelossi, Bruno Brazil. Bruno Brazil's another one. Because Bruno Brazil needs to step down as far as opponents. Uh, Chanel Dyer. Chanel Dyer might be a little dangerous for Shauna Bannon. That's a good one. Yeah, Shauna Bannon. She's a legit return. Pooja Tomar. Yeah, Pooja Tomar. That's another one. Yeah, Pooja Tomar, Shauna Bannon, Alan Carr. Just to get back in the mix, man, because she's had some rough fights. She had two rough fights that, nah. Yeah, no. Chanel Dyer has Ravina Oliveira. Chanel Dyer is fighting Ravina Oliveira, who just lost to Stephanie Luciano on that Manon and Jasmine card. So yeah, Dyer's got an opponent. Yeah, give her, yeah, give her Pooja. Yeah, that's good though. Let me see. Yeah. Carol Farrow popped. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Carol Farrow popped. Yeah. I was reading through the article on how or why, but I got to go back and look at it. I don't know what type of excuses are being made. In essence, I think Yasmin beats Chanel. Yeah, Chanel is fighting Ravina Oliveira. Yeah, Yasmin could. She could. She's athletic and she's fast, but I think, Chanel Dyer, has those deadly head kicks too. She's got those deadly head kicks and she's got some sneaky power too. So I don't know. When how Rigi manages distance and actually moves her head, she's like a speedster. Yeah, I was kind of jumping, man, like kind of jumping the gun. Like I was thinking, how Rigi would be more like a fighter like Joanna moving forward, but she just started eating big punches, man. Like I guess her chin kind of got exposed because when she gets touched, man, she gets put out of there. Whenever she gets touched on the chin, like, whew, those shots put her out. Like, and I mean, it's not like she's the first fighter that happened to. I mean, you see that happen to fighters sometimes. Like, can't take a punch, Some fighters just can't take that type of punch. Mm. I don't know though. I don't think that's a good. Yeah, it wouldn't really be good to put her in there with anybody that hits on that level of like Denise Gomes again for a while. Who is with who who is she with right now anyway? Tubi says a substance that increases urine that is used to treat high blood pressure and some other illnesses. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw Chanel Dye already went on record too. She was like, "Oh, she's a cheat." I saw her post up like, "Oh, she's a cheat." So okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go with like I said, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go with. It's really tough to say between Eileen and Macy here, but at this point, I think that Macy's got, she's She's got a hard road ahead of her, man. Really got a hard road ahead of her at this point. But Eileen Perez is on a streak. I think both fights are going to be fun, though. Usually when it's hard to pick like this, I think both fights should be good. Robot said, should you stand up with Adam Hunter on MMA? Who? Adam Hunter? Who's that again? I mean, who's Adam Hunter? Why is my mind going blank? I mean, the fighter Adam Hunter? Does he have a channel or something? Sometimes I forget names, so I have to put faces with it. Luciano beats Tainera, in my opinion. I don't know. Luciano does have pretty good footwork, though. Luciano had pretty good footwork, and she had a sneaky ground game, too. She had a nice mixture of like what Rose kind of does in that fight against Ravina Oliveira. So her technique could be a problem for Tainera. Tainera's a little bit more gritty and strong, though. Tainera could win on, I think, grappling and maybe getting it to the ground. Vanessa said Tainera gives me those Gene Silva vibes. Yeah, that girl. Yeah, that girl always smiling, man. She always smiling. She's kind of a goof, right? Like that's her personality, you know. She's always, you know, doing something goofy, but she fights, So the division needs somebody, you know, I guess going to liven it up right now, right? Well, let me see, what is she ranked? She ranked like 13 or something. Yeah, she's 13. Oh yeah, Mizuki Inoue is ranked too now, number 15. I hope Mizuki is one I want to see make it too. Like, I want to see Mizuki go in here and between Fatima Klein, who's 11 now. I want to see Klein, Tainera, Mizuki, and Stephanie Luciano. Like, I want to see those styles like get up the rankings. Those are probably like 4 of the strawweights that I am a fan of when it comes to, you know, getting up there. Klein, Luciano, Tainera, and Inoue. Mizuki, she's been around for a minute too, so this is kind of like, I won't say last go round, but yeah, I think, you know, this is a situation where she's got to make it. Yeah, it's definitely good for the division. Nevesta says she's also disrespectful. But it's like a tie between Mizuki and Klein when it comes to my favorites out of those 4, though. I like their personalities a little bit more. Fatima Klein and Inoue, to me. All right. So, who do y'all think will be the strawweight champion by the end of 2026? Who will be strawweight champion by the end of 2026? Will it still be Dern, or will it be Weili again? Yeah, Mizuki and Klein, those are my top dogs at strawweight that I'm a fan of. Alexa Tainera is disrespectful, but I think she's on the spectrum. Mizuki is one I want to see rack W's up. Yeah, I still like how Reed now. Don't get me wrong, but like, I just got to see her get back in the mix. Like, Hauregi's still one of my favorites. Like, I still like her style, but she just needs to clean up some stuff. Like you said, maybe get into a new gym. Dern or G-Rob, hopefully. Oh wow, he didn't even say Zhang Wei Li is gonna be champion. He said Dern or G Rob. Um, Robot said depends on the matchups. Yon would beat Dern again. Yeah, Fatima Klein's got more than enough tools, I think. Mike Lee said is Whaley confirmed going back down. Word is, yeah, like her trainer over at Syndicate basically said that yeah, she's going back down, and that's the fight they want to make. He was like, you asked me, that's the fight that she needs to go ahead and do and make it happen. This was like back in I want to say January, either January or December. It was like January, December. Wood, Mike Wood. Yeah, so and Pelostri is a good one. Like there's gonna be a time when I want to see all of those girls just take over and be ranked now. Get the old heads out. No more. No more of the old generation, Angela Hill, Andrade, and all of them gone. Unfortunately, even Lemos. I want to see Klein, Inoue, Tynera, Luciano, Hughes, Sam Hughes, Yasmin Haurigi, Pelostri. I want to see like those 8 fighters up at the top pretty soon. And if Carol Farrow can pass the drug test. Zhang Wei Li, if she comes back, Dern is toast. Yeah. Low key clown. What did I say? Did I say something? I missed it. Robot Size Clown. I might have missed it. Man, who is Manon gonna fight? That's the question, man. Like with this bad matchmaking, all of a sudden, like flyweight is like there's no bad matches at flyweight, but there can be some like messed up matchmaking that can mess up some things here, and they kind of blew it. They kind of blew the whole Macy Manon fight that should have happened, and Aaron and Grasso fight. Like, so who does Manon fight now? She's fought in October, but she's got to fight somebody, right? Like Natalia is going to get the title shot. So who does Manon fight now? Does she run it back with Aaron? Is that the ideal fight now? Because of the way they match things up. I mean, Aaron's number 4, right? They did the 3 and 5 fight, so they might do the 1 and 4 fight now. Oh, excuse me, 2 and 4. 2 and 4 when they got the 3 and 5. Because Natalia's won. Yeah. She beat Jasmine. She beat Rose. Tracy Cortez is on the way down. Kareem just lost to Macy. Maverick is out. So, I mean, if they want to do something crazy like Manon and Wayne Coleman, that'd be nuts because that's way down there. And all like, she ain't ready for that action, Wayne. So, Manon will fight Aaron again or Natalia. Yeah, I don't think she'll fight Natalia. I think that would be messed up if they made Natalia fight her. There would be so many people up in arms about that. Like, if Natalia had to fight another fight, a 9th fight, that'd be ridiculous. And then what if she actually lost that 9th fight? That would be messed up. Manon Manon will fight Aaron up. They're gonna run it back because that's why that's why Aaron I think is over in Thailand. Her and Klein have been working on their Muay Thai and their stand-up game. That's probably one of the reasons he's over there. Probably gonna get announced sometime this spring. Probably like in April. Oh, Robot, he caught that. Okay, Robot caught that. Prime Rose truly was something else. Feels bad to see her current stuff. Yeah, kind of like a singer, when they had all these hits, but now like this stuff is just okay. How whenever your favorite artists, they were prime and they had some of the best albums and records, but now it's like, oh man, I remember that person. Like They used to be so better, but then their next record is like, it's okay, or some of it's just bad. Natalia's on a whole gauntlet. If she gets sidelined again, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, I know BJ just said that before he left. He said that he's not impressed, but impressive or not every style is gonna be something you look good against. That's the thing people have to get past too, right? Because like even with Aaron, like Aaron might not look great against every style. Like I enjoyed the Tyler and Aaron fight, but there was a lot of people that didn't enjoy that fight, and that wasn't the most crowd pleasing fight on her way up to some. But like I said, I thought it was okay. Because I could see her doing different things. Same thing with Natalia. Like, Natalia might not have a great knockout performance against somebody like Andrea Lee or Viviane Arujo, but she beat him. Her style, was entertaining to a certain level. And yeah, when you fight 5 or 6 people back to back, at some point somebody's gonna be like a style that can not look good. Hey, what's up, Tay Tay? Going on, Tay Tay? I know Tay Tay, she's ready for Gina and Ronda. I know Tay Tay, she's ready for that Gina and Ronda fight. Who are you going with, Tay Tay? Are you going with Gina or are you going with Ronda? I'm rooting for Gina, though. I'm rooting for Gina. Oh, boy. She made that fried chicken again. Oh, boy. I'll be trying to cut back on fried chicken, but still, when it's there, it's there. I'm going to take it. I'm going to eat it. mm. You ain't got to give away your recipe. I was about to ask. I was about to say, how do you make it? How do you make it, Tay Tay? But no, don't tell him. Just mail me a box. Dang, Robot. He said, BJ, don't. Come on, Robot. Keep it clean now. BJ got his opinion, man. BJ, he low key hating on Natalia, but it's all good. He said, come on, man. BJ would blame the weather if Dakota were to knock Aaron out with an elbow. Uh-oh. He said BJ would blame the weather if Dakota were to knock Aaron out with an elbow. Robot said I'm Popeye's #1 client. Man, I haven't had Popeyes in a while. I'm talking long time. Well, me and Tay Tay, we got to go live on your channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to Tay Tay, the real queen of MMA, because we got to go live on her channel or over here, don't matter. We're going to talk about this Ronda and Gina fight, like what it really means for women's mixed martial arts whenever you get a chance. I think Ronda might win since she ain't been out of athletic competition as long. Yeah, it's highly possible. But them hands, man, that striking, whew, that striking just got me like, ooh, come on, Ronda. Hey, man, Floyd is coming back. You know what? Ronda need to go train with Floyd. This is her chance to bite that bullet, humble herself, and go work with Floyd. Because Floyd is trying to come back in September against Manny Pacquiao. So they both got fights coming up. Ronda need to take a trip over there and get them clumsy hands right. Get them clumsy hands right with Floyd right now. Talking about choking him out, all of that junk. But I'm like, you don't need to be worried about choking Floyd out. You need to worry about fighting with them hands. getting them hands trained. So with Floyd going for another another fight with Manny, that's it. That's it. It's aligning, right? Y'all want to keep coming back as old as y'all are. Yeah, I can say that because I'm around the same age, and I call them old. It ain't the disrespect, but I call them old because of the fight years, because there's younger people that could probably beat them. Floyd ain't slick though, man. Like Floyd ain't slick, man, because and I'm not saying that he ducking a fight with Crawford, but Crawford just retired and now he coming back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man, like Bud Crawford just retired and now Floyd coming back. So and yeah, I'm definitely not saying Bud could beat Floyd, because I still think Floyd, like a prime Floyd, style wise, could beat Crawford, but you never know. Floyd is funny. Has he been retired legit? I wouldn't really call Floyd ever being legit retired, because even in 2009, like he left back in 2007 for like a year and a half, and then he came back. Even when he retired from the Conor McGregor fight, he's always been doing exhibition fights. So there's been a point where he stayed away from professional boxing, but he's always still been like in some type of boxing ring. So I could never really say he's like been this fully retired Floyd, Tate said 47. Yeah, 47. That's good age, There's nothing wrong with, that's why I sound 43. Nothing up with that. Nothing wrong with that. I already I'm never gonna dye my hair either. Like, I got gray in my beard a little bit, and just a little gray here and there, but I'm never dyeing that. Floyd has greatest defense in boxing ever. Yes, he does. I think Crawford, he's a bit of a Crawford. He's a well-rounded fighter. Crawford, he's a mixture of both. Like, he's got a really, really dangerous offense though. Like Crawford, something about his style is a little dangerous though. Something dangerous about him. Yeah, Bojangles is good. I haven't had Bojangles chicken in maybe 4 years. Oh boy, Tay don't get it. Tay said Bojangles, aka Joanna. Shout out to Coach, man. That's where that nickname came from. Bojangles Jack, Coach. He need to do a video just saying that name over and over. Bojangles Jack. Oh man, that name's been coined now by Coach for almost 10 years. Bojangles, aka Joanna, man. Oh man, dang. Have we been on YouTube that long talking fights now? A lot of us, before we even had channels, we used to just go over there and go to his channel, and he'd be talking and coming up with these names. I miss those days too, though. I had a lot more free time on my hand. I used to listen a lot, and sometimes I would call in. 2B said got me a little over a decade. He said my mind definitely in the 50s though. He said 2B said mine's in the 50s. Robot said that's right. Accept your fate like a man. Don't dye your hair. Nah, I ain't gonna dye my hair. I ain't painting my head. I ain't, like men today. Women can, but men, to me, like when I see men with that spray painted head, I'm not. Oof. You'll never see me spray painted. I'll never spray paint my head. Yeah, shout out to the coach. Coach is the truth. It's been so long now. Wow. But yeah, y'all. It's been fun. It's been a while since I've done a show on OBS. OBS behaved though. I'm gonna have to start back trying out OBS though. OBS is pretty good right now. Tay, who do you got this weekend coming up? You got Macy Chiasson or do you got Eileen Perez? Did I ask that question? Hold on. Cause I'm pretty free tonight, so I'm just kind of chilling. To be said, appreciate y'all's here. Wow, yeah, you got it. Yeah, I mean, keep it. I mean, we appreciate it. I appreciate mine right now. I'll put that question up before I go. I don't think I asked. Who do y'all got, Chiasson or Perez? And that's what was he saying? I wanted to read one of his questions. Oh, G Frame. That was G Frame. What's up? G Frame said, what Dakota does in the PFL has Jack to do with how she would do against Aaron. Oh, y'all talking? Oh, BJ. Oh, okay. Y'all talking about that fight. Oh boy, the OnlyFans model for the win. Oh my goodness. Mm. Man, I don't know. If Macy loses this fight, that could be it, man. This could be it though. If she loses this, it could be 3 in a row. I hope I'm rooting for her in this one though. I am. I'm still rooting for her, you know. I just don't know if it'll go her way. Oh yeah, I saw it, G Frank. I saw it. Oh boy. All right. So what else is going on? I know this what's the other fight they just scheduled? There's a bunch of fights they just scheduled, right? Hold on. I think we talked about. Well, I didn't talk about them, but I did announce them. You know, we got where is it? Where is it? Nope, that was last weekend. Oh yeah, and Shannon Clark. I'll save that for another video. Shannon Clark just got signed to PFL. So does Shea Bowers. If Macy actually uses her reach, she can win this fight. Yeah. If she could use her reach, and if she could attack the body without, you know, having to get taken down, if she can execute with good body kicks, I think she'll be good. Marcus said, I'm almost tempted to take Perez due to the inconsistency coming from Macy. That's the one thing, like, I could say, like, I think the inconsistency of Macy Chiasson is why it makes it hard to pick her. But part of me is thinking Macy has the tools to beat this level of a fighter. Just kind of going by her resume. Like, she beat Mayra Bueno Silva and she did beat Pani. But Eileen Perez is a little bit more developed than Pani. And I think Eileen Perez could probably beat Pani at this point or at any point. And I do kind of think Eileen Perez could beat Mayra Bueno Silva. I know the MMA math doesn't add up, but still, like, that's what kind of makes me think, okay, Perez might have this in the bag, but I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dudakova is fighting. Dudakova is fighting Jacinte Austin. Yeah, she's in the PFL. PFL. I mean, PFL. They snatched up Clark and Bowers though, man. I was thinking that Bowers and Clark might get signed to the UFC. Well, Shannon Clark, she had lost that Contender Series fight, and Dubin won that contract. So um, maybe they just saw fit to jump over here and maybe eventually go to the UFC. But Bowers in PFL is perfect because I think Shea Bowers. I know some of y'all probably think I'm crazy or probably crazy because y'all aren't familiar. I think Shea Bowers, man, she might be the first fighter to beat Dakota. Like if anybody gives Dakota a loss and brings her stock down before even getting to the UFC, I think it might be Shea Bowers, man. Like I said, I think it might be her. I think it might be her because she's a dog in there. And I'll go on record to say that. Like I think she's got the style that could give Dakota some issues. I know her last fight, she dogged that striker out. Had pretty good exchanges with her. And Marisa Sanchez, and she got to her back, man. Like she went in there like a dog and struck with her, and then she got her to the ground. Of course, I know Dakota, she's a little bit more powerful and longer, but yeah, Shea Bowers, I think that's a pretty good sign. I think Shea Bowers, might be better competition than Liz Carmouche. There, I said it. I'm gonna go with Shea Bowers here. I think Shea Bowers is a better competition than Liz Carmouche too. I know that's gonna make some people mad. I'm sorry. That's just what I think. Let me see if I can find her picture here. I think she was a cross-country runner too. That's another reason that I'm kind of, well, I won't say that's the reason I'm a fan of her because she's a runner, but still, like, I know she's got the gas too. Like, she's strong, big, and she's a runner too. So yeah, if y'all aren't familiar, this girl be stopping people too. Like, you might have Dakota stopping people. She's stopping the same level. They both stopping the same level of girls, right? Mike Lee said never heard of Shea Bowers. Yeah, Shea Bowers, man, she's a LFA interim champion. Her only loss came to a close loss to Shannon Clark. Could have went her way. She lost that fight, bounced right back to finishing. I honestly thought like the UFC was gonna pick her up and after her last fight or two, but PFL did. Let me see. She's scored 3 finishes in a row, lost a close fight to the champion, and now she bounced back with 2 more wins. So let's see: rear naked choke, armbar, ground and pound, armbar, rear naked choke. So you got Dakota stopping people on the feet, and you got Shea over here, submitting people. And her hand, like I said, her hands are getting better. Like kind of like Aaron to me. Kind of like Aaron in a way. I think, she's getting better with her hands offensively. I think, because one thing I said is I think a particular style that beats Dakota is somebody that is tricky like Rose, has good timing on the feet, has a good grappling game, good jiu-jitsu, but also, has some good timing when it comes to landing the right punches. Like, not necessarily striking round after round with somebody like Dakota, but landing those perfect strikes that could either put Dakota down or throw her out of her game. I think Shea, like I said, I think now, like I'm not going on record and say she beats her now, just like that, but maybe they'll sign if she goes in there and fights Viviane Araújo and beats Viviane Araújo. We gonna talk, Robot said, "Where's Kat Zingano? She aged great." She's just doing sideline stuff now, right? I think coaching and things like that. yeah, like Kazangano, she's probably like one of the better looking women in WMMA. I mean, as far as like how she's aging and she's aging gracefully, and I think she's one that ages, looks better with age. Uh, Manessa said Dakota's pretty big and can actually use that size and reach, but I see Shay being a good fight and threat. Yeah. Mike Lee said number 87. Yeah. Yeah, yep, yeah, you got to check her out. I mean, I think all her fights are on YouTube on LFA, and they're quick. I like where she's going with her game. I think Alora Dana has better chances against Dakota. Really? Alora Dana? You think Alora Dana does? I don't know. Who was that last fight, Alora? Alora Dana fought Liz, right? I got to watch that fight with her and Liz again. Alora Dana's tough, but I don't know. To be said when we get Mac Judo or someone else in the studio. Soon, man. I'll just say that soon. When I think about it, sometimes it kind of, I get busy for whatever reason, but I know when I shoot that message out, it's on, That's what I kind of been taking my time. I was like, I've been busy, but I know when I drop a message and we schedule something, yeah. We're going to work on that soon, though. We're gonna get back into it soon. Yeah, Manessa. She did kind of struggle in that Shannon Clark fight. It was close, though. Like, she was never in danger. I have to go back and look at what had her in danger. Was it the grappling? Was it the strength? Was it the punches? I have to look, because if it wasn't the punches, because Shannon Clark not really that great of a striker, so I have to go back and kind of look at that. Are you ready for Gatto's return? Yeah, I'm ready for Gatto's return, man. I hit her up every now and then, and she's about to come back against Deani Barbosa. Deani Barbosa is not an easy fight either to come back to. That's not an easy fight to come back to either. Lord Dana's awkward and gave Liz trouble. I'm positive that girl will fight anyone to death. Yeah. Y'all seen some of Lord Dana's fights before that one, but I kind of forgot how that performance went. I know there was some tough moments, and Liz really had to grapple, I believe, in that fight, right? Yeah, but we gonna work on that too, B. So we gonna get her up in here. Oh man, they need to sign the other girl too at some point. What's her name? Natasha Kuzatina. She needs to get signed too. Her only loss is to Fatima Klein, but she's been going around the LFA. Where's she go? Invicta, Rising now. Yeah, Barbosa's not a walk in the park. And as it says, Shannon Clark striking is certainly one of the striking. What you mean? Not the best striking, you mean? Is that what you mean? Not the best striking? Yeah, but Shea Bowers, I think, she's a really solid addition to gonna be a solid addition to PFL. Mac Judo says she's ready for that call too at some point, either for the title, LFA, or the UFC. So yeah. But yeah. All right, y'all. But on that note, I'm gonna jump off of here now. Been on for 2 hours. I think it's the longest I've been on in a while, man. I got a little comfortable with the way this thing runs tonight, And like I said, I don't have much going on either tomorrow. So, Robot said, "Who you got, Marino or Kavanaugh?" I'm gonna go with shoot. I think I'm gonna go Marino. I think I'm gonna go with Marino. Cause who has Kavanaugh fought? I know he's only lost like one time, but who he got on his resume? He lost his last fight, right? And he just got signed last year. Dang, that's a tough fight. I'm gonna go Marino though. I think, yeah, because he won the Contender Series. Hey, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, he's stepping it up against a former champion. You got Kavanaugh. Okay, okay. Marino seems a little like, I hate to say it, like he's losing some steps. Like, I hate to say shot, but what was his last injury? Yeah, that's why I'm kind of worried about his chin too. Jay Duran, yeah, Jay Duran, yeah, she's also in PFL, right? Yeah, Jay Duran. If you missed it, Manessa, go back and check out that fight between Jay Duran and I believe her name is Monica Kokolakova. I know that sounds like Coca Cola, but Kokolakova or something like that. Coach actually interviewed her, Monica Kokolakova, before. But yeah, that was a good finish for Kokolakova. It was like a scorpion she got on Jay Duran. If you ever seen that, that was a good fight. It was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but that was a good finish. So what's the verdict on Paramount for y'all so far? I like it. I think I like it better than ESPN. I haven't had any like freezing up issues yet. It's cheaper and it's easier to start where you may have like missed a point. It's kind of similar to how ONE FC is on Prime, where you can start from the beginning with ease, or you can pick right up at the live. Uh, you can either start from the beginning, or you can pick up where the live is right in midstream with ease. Um, to me, it's a little bit straightforward, even the way they have the fights put in there now. You can save cards and fights. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing for me. Like ESPN, I couldn't save like a library, but I can do a library with Paramount Plus because I already had it for I had it like a couple years ago for shows. And when I deactivated my account and brought it back, everything was still there. So now I can save my fights in there as well. So better format, better streaming quality, and better price. So I like it better. I like it a lot better. Sammy Joe Luxton. Sammy Joe Luxton, what's her like resume right now? Is she the she ain't like an influencer, is she? Cause I remember, did she got beat her first fight in PFL, right? Like Sammy Joe Luxon is a serious fighter, right? Like, I know she does like a lot of modeling type stuff too, right? Like I ain't trying to put her down as a fighter, but did she do more modeling or did she do more scrapping? Scrapping or napping? She was napping in the other fight. Vanessa said, I saw it coming. Oh, I saw it coming. It was a very interesting matchup. Jade was very young at the time. She wouldn't understand what happened when she got school. Yeah, yeah. I think I did a video on that on the channel like a long time ago. Yeah, yeah. Prime is still better. Like Prime's format is still better. Like when I want to go back and watch ONE FC stuff. Yeah, yeah. Gemma Ald. Yeah, Gemma Ald finished her. That's her choke out. She choked her out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of talent being signed. There's a lot of talent being signed. You know, G Frank said, I love that I could go out Saturday and easily watch the fights the next morning. Yeah, their format is better. I like it. I like how you can, that everything is right there for you. It's not hard to find. You have to keep hitting search. If you already saved a few UFC cards, it's right there. But yeah, on that note, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here now. Was it Johnny said Perez gonna knock a twerk strike? Oh boy, gonna knock Macy out the twerk strike. Please no twerking if she wins, though. That's the only thing I ask for. There are two things I want in that fight. I want Macy Chiasson to make weight, but if she loses, I don't want to see Eileen twerk either. All right. On that note, y'all, appreciate everybody coming out to the show. Hit that like on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. I don't know. Go live tomorrow. We'll see. Because there's some other fights I want to talk about. Who knows? But yeah, I'm getting off of here now. On that note, I'm Combo Breaker 99. Peace.